Hi guys, we have another fun and easy craft for you today. You need very few materials for this one. We're going to be making our own homemade sidewalk chalk. A lot of these require plaster of Paris, but I found one that only uses cornstarch, water, and food colorings. So we're going to test that one out and see how that goes. It's just figured it would be easier. You need less materials. So cornstarch, we're going to need 1.5 cups cornstarch and 1.5 cups of water. So it's going to be an equal 1-to-1 ratio here. I'm going to try and not get this cornstarch all over. All right, I'm using a 1/4 cup measuring cup because it's the only one that fits in this small little cornstarch can. All right. So there is, a 1/2 cup. We need 4 more of those to make 1.5 cups. All right, and then we need that 1.5 cups of water. I already had mine pre-measured out. Okay, just give this a mix. Now they used a muffin tin. And that will give you 12 muffins. So let's see. I'm not using a muffin tin, but I do have several just silicone craft molds that I use, and they should equal the same quantity. So I should get a full mold out here. We'll see how this goes. Okay, that feels mixed. I think what I'm going to do is get the mixture into my mold and then I'll add the coloring in there. I don't want to have several small bowls that I have to mix colors in. I'm trying to use less things. I have less things to clean later. I did lots of cooking today, so I don't want to have to do more dishes. All right, let's move this in here. As you can see, I have the instructions pulled up on my phone. I found it on Pinterest, and I couldn't find the source. So I found it in a couple places, and it was just listed without a source. So I will link one of those in the description below so people can see what that looks like. All right, so I'm going to use this tablespoon here to get the right amount for these molds. Just make sure if you're doing it this way that you mix it up because that cornstarch will start to settle in the bottom. And you want to make sure you get that. So all right, so that is looking pretty good. I have just a little bit left. Good, okay. Just gonna wipe this excess here if I can do that without knocking my molds. Let's see. All right, so I just have a couple different things of McCormick food colorings here. Just the original set, and I have a neon set. So we have 8 different colors here. There's 24 molds. So we should get 3 of every color. I just have a little chopstick here. So I figure I'm just going to go down the line and add maybe like 2 drops of food coloring and mix it in and see how that is, if that's strong enough looking. I should be able to mix this well enough. If not, maybe we'll end up with a kind of marbled chalk look. That would be kind of cool. All right. I suppose what we could do is, if you have a mold like this, that's, you know, where you're going to get several smaller ones instead of 12 bigger molds out of a muffin tin, what you could do is have varying, kind of do different shades within your colors. So we could do one that's, you know, has more coloring in it, one that's lighter, one that's marble, something like that. That could be a fun thing to do. I'm trying to make sure this gets mixed in without making too much of a mess here. You are certainly able to take separate little bowls out and mix your colors there and then pour it that way. You'd have to make sure you could divvy it up evenly to do it that way. I'm trying to find colors that my daughter doesn't already have for her chalks, so I don't really have a dark forest green. So I'll go for a darker green here. And I think just with the way I decided to do this, I will probably end up more with a marbled look, but we'll see. And it might depend, once these sit, maybe the color will kind of sink to the bottom. I don't know, we'll have to kind of see how this goes. These do, once you get them mixed in with the colors, they do sit overnight to dry. So that's kind of the caveat of this one. I'm not sure how long you wait for the chalks with the plaster of Paris. Those might dry quicker. And I know chalk paint is also popular too, which obviously you're going to kind of leave that in a more liquid form. So I just wanted to try this one since it had the least amount of ingredients needed.